In this video, I'm going to give you my 2 cents to what extent CVs connect to job offers. And I'm going to structure this into 3 main points. First point, CVs do work for getting interviews. Okay, so I know this. I used to run an applicant tracking system with over 100,000 applicants in it, US citizens in the services industry, not very high performing companies, but still, I also am able to easily connect great CVs that I see these days with them being able to line up interviews simply because those CVs contain the right keywords. So long story short, yes, it does work if your goal is to obtain interviews. However, what I would also like to bring to your attention is that in many of these cases, even though there was a clear correlation between the stuff in the job description and their CV, which obviously helped them to obtain that job interview, coaching those candidates, I was actually surprised about their proficiency with respect to the job description that they were applying for. All right, and this brings me to the second point. That is screening rounds. So in my experience, CVs, professionally written CVs, can help you to pass screening rounds, and especially because those CVs will contain what is called music to the ears of recruiters, and generally speaking, people who have only a surface level understanding of the role that you're applying for whom your CV will play a significant role in the decision-making process. Right? This happens in screening rounds more often than not. And for that purpose, that professional CV will more significantly bias the interviewer towards you and help you pass that screening round. I would also like to mention that I don't believe that a professional CV is the most efficient way to hack, if you want, the screening rounds, but rather a reference or some friends who can, say something good about yourself. But still, I was able to connect a CV with passing screening rounds. Now, probably the most important part that I want to talk about here would be final interviews. That is getting job offers, right? So, in my experience, having a professional CV does not connect with passing final interview at all. Okay, so to put it bluntly here, so if I said that people obtain job interviews because their CVs are well keyworded, and people even pass sometimes screening rounds because they had maybe a referral, because maybe their CV was great and they managed to bias the recruiter, or the person doing the screening rounds, could also be a combination of luck and what I mentioned previously. But I've successfully coached people who passed final interview rounds in FAANG companies with CVs of 15 pages, or with I once coached someone with a CV of 1 page full of spelling mistakes for a over $200,000 job. My take from all this is, except if your goal is to get interviews, and even so, getting interviews and passing screening rounds does not mean you'll get job offers. This is something I wanted to highlight. There's plenty of people who have no problem getting job interviews, right? But do not connect with passing those interviews in high-performing companies. But in my opinion, if your goal is to get job offers with high-performing companies, with FAANG companies, you're basically wasting your time with your CV. So I hope you found this useful, and thank you very much for watching.